Okay, boys and girls, lesson 11, level 3. Let's jump right into it. So, this one is about learning from here on to the end of lesson 11. You're going to be learning all about styling your web page. So, before we were learning how to position the text, how to create paragraphs, how to create different size um, titles and paragraphs, learning how to put images in. Now we're going to learn how to color it, style it. Okay, so there's not really too much to do here except to explore. So it says at the top right here, it says look through the web page below for new styles, and then open the style sheet and with your partner discuss which parts of the CSS code you think are making the page appear different. So I'm going to do that with you right now in the lesson. Okay, so the questions to look for and answer are what makes the entire page blue and how are the images positioned to the left of all the other elements. So let's take a look at the website first before we jump into the CSS file. And look at this is a beautiful thing, right? Now we have all the, look at how the pictures, even if they're not on the left-hand side of the screen, even if they're in the middle, all the text is on the right side of the images. So we're going to learn how to do that. We're going to learn how to color it, how to change the border style of the images so they're not square, so they're round. Okay, let's take a look at the CSS file. Here it is. Let me move this back out of the way. So you can see that what makes this beautiful background color, that icy blue, is right here. It's the rule set for the body. So the rule set for the body applies to the entire website. So if you want to do something that affects the entire web page, like set a background color, you do it with the body selector. Simple, right? So we could set other parameters, okay? But background color is one that's nice to apply to the whole screen. Okay, and then let's see, we have the image selector here. And so that's controlling how the image appears. And you can see this is the command right here, the code right there in line 14. Float left means that the image is going to float wherever it needs to be, so all the text is on the other side of it. Okay, so float left means the image is going to be on the left of everything else on the web page. Okay, float right would be, the image would be on the right. If you don't believe me, let's change that word right now so we can see what's happening. Now look, I changed it to the right. Now look what's happening. The images are all on the right-hand side and the text is on the left. And that also looks really cool. Guess what other setting there is for float? Center. Okay. I don't really like that one as much. It looks like your common, your common standard way that we've done it before. I kind of like it on the right. I'm just going to leave it like that. It said left to begin with, but I kind of like it on the right. If you like it on the left, leave it on the left. Just know that you can do either one you want, okay? All right, and then there's width. That applies to the width of the image. The margin applies to how far away the text is going to be from the image. So you could slide the text all the way right up against the image, or you can have a little space in there, a little cushion. So that 10 pixels, if we change that to 20, watch how much it leaves even more space between the image and the text. Or if we change it to 60, now look, we've created a big cushion between the image and the text. So let's take it back down to 10, and that just leaves a little bit of space between the image and the text, makes it more readable. Okay, border color changes the border of the image. You can see that it's that color, saddle brown, right? So you can change it to anything you want, okay? And then you can choose a width for the border. So 4 pixels is pretty thick. Let's change it to 10 so you can see what super thick, right? Or 1 would be super skinny, okay? So they all have a different look, a different feel. So you play around whatever you like. You don't even have to set a border width. The border style is solid. Guess what else we could change it to? Dashed, okay, if you like that. Okay, there are other choices too. So we're going to get into all this. This is pretty cool stuff, right? And the border radius means how curvy the corners are. Do you want them to look more like actual square corners, or do you want them to be a little rounder? So just play with that number, 10px. Let's change it to something bigger so you can see what it looks like. 20, let's change it to 40. You can see the higher the number, the more circular it appears. The lower the number, the more rectangular it appears. For example, if we change that to 5, we're looking a little more square in the corners now, right? But if we change it back to 10, it's a little more rounded. So you just play around with that number. But look at all the choices we have now for changing the style of the image. Pretty cool, right? All right, guys, that's it for this lesson. Just familiarize yourself with this cool stuff that's going on in the CSS file, and I'll see you at the next lesson.